Hi Cricut friends, Diane Bruder here, and today I'm going to teach you how to make earring cards in Design Space. So let's get going. So here we are in Design Space, and we're going to make our card. Now we can do a number of things. We can come over here to Shapes, choose a square. Now, just bear with me here. You say that's kind of boring. Not necessarily. You can make your earring cards. I would standard size, like for me, if I'm making earrings that are posts, are 3.5 by 3.5. Okay, so you can make, and you can design your own. I'll show you how to design the other stuff later. But just letting you know, if you make your card 3.5 by 3.5 for like little, maybe you're making post earrings, or maybe no longer than 1.5 inches, this would be a fine card. And you can actually fit 9 of these on a 12 by 12 sheet. I want to show you a fancy card. Something that, like, you could say, wow, those really look nice with those earrings. So to do that, we're not going to work in Shapes today. We're going to go to Images. So we type the word label in here, and you have all different kinds of things coming up, okay? And there's lots of different options that you can choose. You can turn any of these, vertically and make your own. You've got lots of different, you don't have to choose what I choose, okay? So just showing you some different ideas. What I'm going to choose, I like, this is the one I use for my card, and I'll tell you why here in a minute. Let's go insert it. Okay, first thing I'm going to do, I don't want 2 cuts. I'm going to select all that, and I'm going to weld it so it's one thing. Okay. And let's just change the color to white. I like to work in white. Now you don't have to have white for a card stock. You can choose any kind of color you want. You can choose stuff with a sheen. I'd stay away from, dark colors and glitter. You want your writing to show up. So pick light colors. Pastel colors are nice, or white. They don't have to be white. But anyway, I like this design, and when we start putting in the holes for hanging it, you'll understand why. All right. So I'll explain that in a minute. Let's say you're going to use this and you're going to sell it, I don't know, at an art fair or a beauty shop or something, and you're going to put it on pegboard. You need a hole to hang it. So we're going to make this, and this is what I use, 0.25 for the hanger hole. Okay, see how small it is? You're going to take it over and you're going to put it where you want it. And it looks like about the middle to me. Maybe just a tad bit over there. There we go. All right. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to come over here and you go, boom, and you're going to hit slice. And then you're going to remove 2 pieces. Because think of this black one as your cookie cutter. This is what you cut out, and this is what's left. All right. All right, so there you have one. So let's go make our other holes. We're going to make this 0.125. And while it's selected, let's duplicate it so we have 2 of them. All right, now I'm going to take one of these, and this is why I like this design. I like these little, it cuts nicely for one when you have nice edges like this. But for 2, it's really nice for lining things up. Watch, I'm going to bring this over here into the corner. I'm going to use that corner, see? I click it. I'm going to come over 4 spaces with my arrow key. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8 spaces down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you're thinking, that seems like an awful long way to come down, but remember, you have to put your name in here so people know who made that jewelry, right? So now let's go select this, and let's slice it. And let's remove this one. Again, take this and put it in this corner. Oops, we can't see it. So what we got to do is arrange, and send to front. Now you can see it, okay? So now that it's selected, 1, 2, 3, 4, and down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Hit select all, slice, And then we remove these two pieces. Highlight them and delete them. All right. Now we have one really nice card with the holes cut out. That's how to make the card. Now let's put our name and stuff in there so it's kind of fancy. Before we put our name, we're going to put a logo in, all right? So let's go back to Images. Rather than label, let's type in the word logo. Now pick something that doesn't have words in it, something that is just like one color. That's easiest to work with. You have lots of cool choices. Okay, let's insert that. All right, so here's your logo, way too big, but don't worry about it for right now. We're going to put something in here. Let's put a price in there. So let's go text, and let's type in the word, or $10. Okay. Now, if you look, it says cut. We're going to change that. We're going to come over here, and we're going to make it draw. All right. Now we can make it smaller to fit inside this. Just a tad bit. There we go. So it looks nice and even all the way around. All right. Now that we have that, let's just kind of group it together. And let's resize it so it fits our card. You're saying, oh, it looks awfully small. You don't want it too big, but you want it big enough that it'll fit between the holes. And what I like to do, see, is I like to kind of line this up somewhere around the top of these holes. All right, because we need to leave enough room up here to put our names up here so we know who made these wonderful earrings that are going to go on this card. So now we're going to go back to text. My name, my business is Diane Bruder Designs. And oops, my name needs to have a capital B. There we go. All right, now I can choose Cricut. Maybe I don't like the Cricut one. Maybe I want to choose a different type. So what we're going to do is we're going to choose a Cricut font, and we're going to choose a filter, and we're going to choose writing. So we can see what stuff over here comes in writing. And they say multi-layer cutting, writing, whatever, okay? Let's choose, I don't know, Agent. This looks nice and dark. Let's choose Agent IQ. That's kind of cool. If you like all those lines. I personally don't, so I'm going to choose something else because I'm picky. I'm going to come down and choose this one. I don't like that either. We're not going to use that one. Let's go. That's too thin. So you're going to have to play with these to see what you like. Let's just choose Basecamp. That's fine. We'll just go with that for right now. I could play with these all day and decide what I want to do. Let's make this smaller. Smaller yet. Remember, this is 3.5. So let's come up here and let's go 2.5 wide. All right, let's see what that looks like. Oh, come here, you. Nope, still a little too big, so let's just eye it up ourselves and make it smaller as we want. Still too big for me. You don't want it too close to the edge. And you know, you can always open this and maybe you might want to make it a little taller. Maybe you want to make it 0.5 or 0.35. That looks a little bit nicer, don't you think? All right, so let's select all of it. And, oh, wait a minute, we have to do something with our logo. We can't have this as a cut file, can we? See how it says cut over here? So we're going to change that and we're going to make it draw. Okay, so now if you come over here, you see our text, the 10 is drawn, the die inverter is drawn, the logo is drawn, and the only thing cut out is going to be this shape here. Okay, make sure you do that when you're working in Design Space, so you're going to have a really rude awakening, and I've done that a couple times and go, oh no. Okay, now let's group it together so it's one thing. Okay, and you can make this whatever size you want. Personally, when I'm working with cards, I kind of like, oh, that I gotta ungroup that. That doesn't look even to me. Hold on. There. That looks better. Right there. All right, now let's group it back together. That looked kind of funky there. All right, group it. You can keep it, and I like to do this, I like to mess with the sizes. You can make it 3 wide. You're not going to get 4 out of this, so you might as well make it wider. I make my cards 3.5 wide, okay? And then I make it, believe it or not, 5 tall. And this size earring card will fit those big chunky earrings that you've seen me post on Facebook, because those earrings are about 3 inches tall. They might hang just a little bit off, but they're not like way down here. All right, so you need to make sure you make them about 5. Okay, now this is grouped. Let's duplicate it. Let's line this one up with this one. And let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About 36, 35, 36. Okay, let's duplicate this again. And now why am I taking the time to line this up? Because we're going to be close to the edge of this, and we don't want to have it run out of cardstock and be printed on our mat or something silly. So we're going to kind of move this over 36 about. I'm going to move this one over just a tad bit. Oops. And this one too. Come here, you. Wants to get away from me. There. Okay. Now you're about 11 and a half. You don't want it any more than that. Let's select them all. Oops. My mouse. Select all. Okay. Let's group it together. And now let's duplicate it. And let's just bring it down. I use these lines to line things up. There you go. Okay. Now if we want to go and cut and print these off, select them all, attach. Come over to make it. Next, we're going to come to Material, Browse All. Now you're going to type in the word, all one word, card stock. And you have all different kinds. You're not going to use adhesive. What I do is I choose patterned glitter cardstock, but you can choose medium, but that's probably because my knife blade is dull. But you can choose medium. I'd stay away from light cardstock that's almost paperish. Like I said, choose something that's more on the cardboard side, but not quite as thick as cardboard. We're going to choose patterned glitter stock. Done. And then it tells me I'm going to load a pen in clamp A and my fine point blade in clamp B. I'm going to put this on a green mat and I'm going to load it into my machine. Now I'm not going to go and cut this out. You can do that yourself. It should cut just fine. It's going to go through first and do all the writing. Then it's going to pause and look for this little fine point blade, and then it's going to continue cutting. All right, so there you have it. That is how you make fancy earring cards in Design Space. I hope you've enjoyed today's lesson and that you'll go out and make some of your own cards for your earrings. Have a great day. Bye.